Hello everyone, Chris Hale here from Profit Squirrel. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fantastically well and I hope you are all making profits as well. In this video, what I wanted to do was I wanted to take you through some of the ways that I think that you can boost the profits that you're making from Arb Shooters even further. So in this video, I'm assuming that you already know what Arb Shooters is, and I'm also kind of assuming that you've already given it a go, you already understand how it works, and that you've made some profits from it as well. If that doesn't sound like you, if you don't know what Arb Shooters is or you haven't given it a go yet, then go ahead and go back to my earlier videos in this series where I explain exactly what that is. I'm also going to link on the screen now to the first video in the series that explains what Arb Shooters is and it shows you an example so that you can watch that, then come back to me here and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about and you'll be ready to boost your profits further. So with that being said, let's get into it. Let me explain some of the ways that I think are really simple, really easy and nice ways to actually boost your profits with Arb Shooters. Way number one, and I've explained this in a video before, but I'm going to go over it again quickly, is to get yourself onto the Betfair loyalty plan. Now, if you don't know how to do that, go ahead, click the link on the screen, and I've actually made a video in the past about this. And basically what it is, it's called the Betfair Rewards Plan, and it allows you to choose different benefits for using the Betfair exchange depending on kind of what you want to get out of it. Now in that video, I basically highlight one of the plans that is really good for match betting, but I'll tell you what, the plan where you can get 2% commission is good for match betting, but it's even better for arb shooting. Most of the time when we're doing arb shooters, we are using the Betfair exchange, and that is normally because it has a lot of availability on it. You can, of course, use other exchanges. There's no problem there. You can get the 2% commission on Smarkets, or alternatively, you can look at something like Matchbook or whatever, which has 2% or sometimes offers of even lower commissions. But Betfair is really nice because you get the extra availability. So it doesn't hurt just to have the 2% commission set up with Betfair. And then that gives you the flexibility and freedom to use whichever exchange you like. So I would recommend set yourself up, get the 2% Betfair commission. Again, check out that video I mentioned earlier if you want to know how to do that. And the 2% commission makes a big difference. It adds up over time. Let me give you a quick example. Okay, say you're backing £20 and your back odds are 3 on the horse and going down to say 2.1, say, and we're looking at 5% commission, which is what you might be paying normally on the Betfair exchange. So you're going to make a profit of £7.80-ish, £7.81 maybe. But if we drop that down to 2%, that profit goes up by an entire pound, which is a really good boost. That's basically a 5% return on the amount that you're getting, the 5% return on your money on the £20 just by reducing that lay commission. So if you're doing that every single time, it's really going to add up to more profits that you otherwise would be paying in commission to Betfair. So check that out and get that set up for your account. My second tip is to use the odds boosts that are offered to you by the bookmakers. Now, when you log into someone like Ladbrokes or William Hill, and I've just logged into my Ladbrokes account here, you probably will get a message, something like this, that says odds boost, and it's telling me that I have 6 odds boosts available today. Go ahead and you click show more, and that will basically take you into it and you can learn a little bit more about odds boosts and kind of what they do. But basically there's something that allows you to boost the back odds of the event. Now, if you log in and you don't see this, then possibly you're new to Ladbrokes and they've given you less boosts, or if they haven't given you any boosts at all, what you're just going to have to do is place a few back bets with Ladbrokes, and you'll do that when the Arb alert tells you that Ladbrokes is where the opportunity is, where the Arb is, and then over time, once you build up a little bit of a reputation, then you're actually going to be able to actually get those odds boosts coming in, and you'll get more of them. And you tend to get them each day as well. Yeah, I've got 6 at the moment, but I've been using this Ladbrokes account for a very long time and put thousands of bets on through it, so that's probably why I'm getting that sort of number. William Hill has a very similar thing. That's one of the other common bookmakers. It's actually just changed, but let me bring it back to this banner that they have here, and they're saying you're getting 3 bet boosts every single day on a maximum stake of £20. So that is also really, really valuable. To use those, you basically go ahead and let's just find a random horse racing event here. And what you'll do is when you add your horse to the bet slip, for example, I'm going to go ahead and add this horse here, Lopsan, you'll see that actually you can boost up to £50 with Ladbrokes. It will remind you there, and then you can go ahead and you can boost the odds. So 6/1, that is 7.0 in decimal numbers. If we go ahead and we hit the boost button, that actually boosts all the way up to 13/2, which is 7.5 in decimal numbers. So again, what that's doing, raising the back odds, it's gonna make the back odds even higher than the lay odds, and so you're gonna see a really nice uptick in your profit. If you wanna know what that looks like, let's check it out, let's have a look. So I'm assuming again, I'm gonna push a £20 back stake onto that horse, but as I said, Ladbrokes do let you do up to £50, so if that's consistent with your normal betting patterns, go ahead and do that. So let's firstly assume it's 7, and maybe the lay odds are going to go down to 5 or something. That could be kind of realistic. Again, making £7.56 or so in profit. If we actually boost that up, the back odds to 7.5 now, you're making £9.52, so almost £2 more in profit, a 10% gain. So that's a really cool thing to do, a really nice thing to look out for. You won't be able to do that on every single race, probably, because we often get 10 plus Arb alerts a night. You know, some nights you'll even have 30 Arb alerts each night. And of course, if you only have 6 boosts to use, you might want to pick and choose where it's more advantageous to use those boosts. But over time, you'll kind of get an idea of what actually you're going to be able to get for that. And often you get a bit of a bigger boost on horses that are higher odds. So for example, that's 7, that one, whereas this horse here is 5/2, which is 3.5. So this horse is more of a favourite. So I'd imagine we wouldn't get quite as big a boost on that horse as well. Yeah, so that one's been boosted to 13/5, which is the equivalent of 3.6 in decimal odds. So actually they've only boosted it from 3.5 to 3.6. You're not getting as much of a boost on there. So I would say use your boosts on the horses that have slightly higher odds, because you're going to actually get more of an ROI there, more of a return on your investment, more profit by doing that. Method number 3 for boosting your profits is something I really like, and this is basically placing bigger stakes on horses with lower odds. And let me explain what that looks like. So as you'll probably know, from the Arb alerts that you get through, you'll get something that will say the horse is 15 dropping to 9 or something like that. So that would be your back odds at 15, and then your lay odds anywhere between 15 and 9, sometimes a bit lower, but normally they get down to around 9, and you place that back bet, you place that lay bet. But you might also have noticed that sometimes we send through Arb alerts that are lower odds. So there'll be something like 4.0 going down to 2.0 or something like that. And when you have these lower odds that you're placing back stakes and lay stakes on, you'll notice that your availability is much lower in the betting exchange. And because your availability is much lower, actually you can place a higher stake on that horse and actually do that even if you have a smaller bank. So let me show you what that actually looks like with an example. So in my first example, say it's odds of 15 going down to 9, for example. And you're placing a £20 back stake on that. You can see that your liability will be £267.28. So that's what you need to have in the exchange. And if you're going to go ahead and you're going to place a £50 stake on that horse, of course that liability is going to increase even more, £668.16. Now, as you know, if you've been in this game a while, of course you get that back, but it does slightly limit the amount of bets that you can have on at the same time. Because what if your bank is only 600, 700 pounds or something, and you get through 2 more Arb alerts before this race has actually completed and you've got that money back, you've got that liability back? Well, if that's the case, you're not going to be able to jump on those extra Arb alerts. So that's why you place a smaller stake, keep your liability lower. However, it is not so much of a problem with the lower odds. So let's imagine it's something like 4 going down to 2. Instead of £267, we've actually got £40 in liability. So what you might want to do is, when you see these horses with lower odds, is actually boost up your back stake. So maybe if we take that to £50, that gives us a really, really nice winning position. However, liability is still fairly affordable, £101 and 1 pence. Also, this has the added advantage of looking quite normal to the bookmaker, because when a horse has smaller odds, it's more of the favourite in the race. Sometimes it might be the favourite horse in the race. So it's not uncommon that people will stake more money when they think the horse is the favourite, because they think it's more likely to win. Of course, with Arb Shooters, we don't actually care whether it wins or not, as long as we put our back and lay bet on. But it is a nice side benefit that you get from doing this. And that is what I suggest you do whenever you see these lower odds. And also remember, you don't have to boost it as much as I've done. If you normally put £20 on, you could even just put £25 on or something like that. Whatever is a good amount for you, but it's going to boost your profit at a very small increase in the amount of liability that you need in your betting exchange. The next technique I want to share with you is to combine your Arb shooting with match betting, and actually the two of them line up really, really nicely. The first thing that I would recommend you do is complete the welcome offers of the bookmakers. Now, some people watching this will have been in the match betting game for a long time, and so you may have already completed these, but there's also lots of people joining Arb Shooters that haven't done any match betting, and I think you should check it out because it's a good opportunity to get a little bit of extra value from the bookmakers. So for example, Ladbrokes are a bookmaker we use a lot, so are William Hill, Paddy Power, Bet365. You will see all of these names on the Arb Shooter service, and all of these bookmakers have sign-up offers. You will find all of those by going to the welcome offers in Profit Squirrel, and we actually talk you through all of these, and this is free to access. You'll see Ladbrokes there, there's a bet £5 get £20 free offer, and also we're talking about William Hill here, which has got at the moment a bet £10 get £30 offer as well. So you might as well do these sign-up offers if you haven't before you start actually doing Arb Shooters with the bookmaker. Check that out. It's a really good way to make profits, and you can also use those profits in the Arb shooting that you do. So if you haven't already done those welcome offers, head over to the Profit Squirrel website, sign up for free, and you can check all of those out and make some really, really nice profits. The other nice bit of match betting that you can combine with Arb Shooters is something called weekly free bet clubs. Now go into the daily offers section of the Profit Squirrel website and you will see something here called weekly offers. And basically what these are is they are offers that you get, free bets that you get when you actually go ahead and you place a certain amount of bets with a bookmaker over the course of the week. And when you're doing Arb shooting, this is actually qualifying you for these weekly free bet clubs. So for example, on Sky here, actually what they're doing is if you wager £10 over the course of the week, then you get 10 free spins on their slots. And free spins can be another really good way of actually making a risk-free amount of money as long as you stop when your free spins are over. If you're wondering how that works, then you can check out our casino offers series. Again, going to link you to that at the top of the video. And this is something that you'll actually qualify for if you're placing Arb Shooter bets. So for the bookmakers that you're using for Arb Shooters, your Ladbrokes, your William Hills, your Sky Bets, make sure you check it out and see if they have a weekly free bet club. If they do, you're probably in a great position to make some extra profit from it. The next option for making more profits is something called overlaying. And basically what this is, it's where you actually place more at the exchange than you normally would as a lay stake And what that can do is that can actually lead to higher returns. So let me show you an example here. I'm going to use the back stake of £20 again, and let's use the back odds of 4, the lay odds of 2, and I'm going to put lay commission as 2% because I'm assuming that's what I have. In order to overlay, go ahead and where it says mode on the calculator here, click advanced mode. And what that will do, it will bring up not just the standard result that you would get in the simple calculator, but actually the overlay and the underlay method. So what you'll see here is with an underlay, we're actually laying less at the betting exchange. Normally we'd be laying £40, 40 pence, but that is telling us to lay £20 and 41 pence. And then with an overlay, we're actually laying more than that. We're laying £60. Now, more often than not, the horse that you're actually placing your back bet on is probably not going to win the race, because say there are 8 horses in the race, you're just betting on one of them to win. And if you've been doing this a while, you'll see that it's not super common for the horse to actually win. So if that's the case, you're going to win at the betting exchange and you're going to win your lay bet. So by overlaying, by actually laying more, you can see that it changes our outcome. So if that horse does actually win the race, our outcome will be £0. So we won't win any money and we won't lose any money. So this is a bit of a riskier strategy. However, if the horse doesn't win, then you're actually going to make more ROI, more profit on this. You're going to make £38.80. Whereas if you're just doing it the normal way, you're going to be making about £19.60. So you can see that this is a little bit of a different strategy, and it's one that not everybody might want to employ. If you want to get your guaranteed profit, then go ahead, use the standard mode. And if I change it back to simple mode, you'll see that this value here in the standard box, it's the same default outcome that we get in the simple mode. So normally this calculator just balances everything, but if you want to take a bit more of a risk for potentially more profit, I would say go ahead and check out the overlay, lay a little bit more, and at worst you won't be any worse off, and in the best case scenario you're going to make a higher profit there. There is of course the option to underlay, but I wouldn't really recommend that because you're basically betting everything on whether the horse wins, and you're going to get a very similar result to if you overlaid. So it's actually making more sense, I think, to bet that the horse will not win. The chance of the horse not winning is probably higher than the chance of the horse actually winning. So standard or overlay, those are your two best options. And then my final tip is really just to make you aware that quite often on Arb Shooters, you'll see the same horse is available on different bookmakers, often at the same time. Now this is something where the VIP service that we have that you can upgrade to after you've checked it out for free for 7 days, this is where the VIP group actually really have an advantage, because the VIP group, they get the alerts before the free group. So they have more time to actually get on the alerts, and if there are multiple horses, or the horse is available on multiple bookmakers I should say, they get more time to actually go ahead and place the ARBs at those bookmakers, place the back bets I mean. So my tip with this is, one, if you're seeing value from this and you're seeing profit, get yourself over into VIP, because you are going to make way more than the membership fee, and also you are going to be able to get on more ARBs, I would think, because they are coming to you much faster as soon as they're identified. And then two, make sure when you're doing ARB shooting, you have your bookmaker apps open if you're doing it on your phone, so you can quickly change between the windows to get to them. Or if you're doing it on a desktop, make sure, like me, you have the bookmakers open in the different tabs. And I like to select horse racing here, have that up, and make sure I can see all of the upcoming races as well that you might be able to place ARBs on. And what that means is, say you get 2 alerts through in quick succession, same horse, one is on Ladbrokes, one is on William Hill, you can really quickly calculate stuff with the simple calculator, get on the same horse at Ladbrokes and at William Hill. And another great thing about this is that you can actually lay off these horses all in one go. So if you've staked £20 at Ladbrokes and you've staked £20 at William Hill, just go ahead and put the back stake in your calculator as 40, and then that will tell you what you need to lay off in order to actually cover both of those horses in one go. And your liability will actually be shared between those horses as well. So those are my top tips for boosting your profits with Arb Shooters. If you do just one of those top tips, then you're going to be making more money. And if you do all of them, well, you are going to be absolutely smashing it. So make sure you check those out. Try and integrate those in your day-to-day Arb shooting. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any other techniques or tips for our viewers. What do you do for your Arb shooting? What do you do to boost your profits? Comment below, let me know. Hit like on this video if you've enjoyed it. And of course, make sure you subscribe, because this Profit Squirrel YouTube channel is where you need to be to get the latest info on match betting, on Arb shooting, and top tip videos like this that are going to boost your profits. If you're interested in making money online, this is where you need to be. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again in another Profit Squirrel video really soon. We have new videos every single week, so you're always up to date with the latest information. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye for now.